So, your Z6953 will not flow water. Let's go through a few possible common causes and get your faucet back in working order. First, test your faucet by placing your hand in front of the sensor for a few seconds. If you hear the solenoid click, it means that the electronics are most likely working properly, and you probably have a water supply issue. If the solenoid does not click in response to your hand after a few tests, skip ahead for electronics issues. Let's begin by exploring a few possible water supply issues. Water supply issue number 1. The water supply valves are closed. This one's pretty simple. Make sure that both water supply valves are in the fully open position. Test the faucet. Water supply issue number 2. The L filter is clogged or obstructed. Turn off the water supply valves. Locate the L filter below the electronics module. Unscrew the bottom cap of the L filter to access the mesh screen filter. Inspect and clean the filter as needed. Then reassemble the L filter. Turn the water supply valves on and test the faucet. Water supply issue number 3. The solenoid valve is obstructed or inoperative. First, turn off the water supply valves. Disconnect and remove the electronics module so you can work above deck. Remove the solenoid assembly from the electronics module by removing the 4 screws. Inside, you'll find the diaphragm, the plunger, and spring. Inspect and clean all of the components as needed to remove all debris. Reassemble the clean solenoid assembly and reinstall on the electronics module. Reinstall the electronics module, L filter, and water line. Then turn on the water supply valves and test the faucet. Now let's take a look at a few possible causes of power or sensor issues. Electronics issue number 1. Dead or low batteries. A low battery level is indicated by a blinking red light within the sensor eye. To replace the batteries, locate the battery box on the electronics module. Remove the cover using your Allen wrench. Replace the 4 AA batteries and reinstall the battery box cover. Then test the faucet. Electronics issue number 2. A bad cable connection. Under the sink deck, look for the power supply cable that runs from the faucet to the electronics module. Disconnect the power supply cable and check the pins inside the connection. If the pins are bent, see if you can straighten the pins and reconnect the power supply cable. If any pins are too damaged or missing, please call Zern Customer Care at 855-663-9876. Electronics issue number 3. A dirty sensor lens. Inspect the sensor lens on the faucet. If it's dirty or smudged, clean it with a soft cloth, not paper towel. The sensor lens should be free of any dirt, debris, or scratches. Electronics issue number 4. The electronics module needs to be reset. Open the battery box on the electronics module and remove the 4 AA batteries. Now we'll reset the electronics module by short-circuiting the half-moon-shaped discs on the edge of the circuit board. Use an Allen wrench or other metal tool and touch the 2 discs at the same time to reset the electronics module. Then replace the batteries, reassemble, reinstall, and test the faucet. If none of these power or sensor issues applied to your situation, try circling back and addressing the water supply issues in the beginning of this video. If you need further assistance, please call Zern Customer Care at 1-855-663-9876. Thanks for troubleshooting with us today. Most often, one of these issues is the culprit. Check out our huge library of how-to videos on YouTube.